Now, there's something I want to experiment with. This course, you'll be doing ChatGPT alongside. Okay, so I want us to experiment with ChatGPT and see if we can combine these two formulas that we just used. Okay, combine these two formulas, the text.select, text.replace. Combine the two and get it to be one formula so that we run the formula at once. Okay, I've not tried it before, but I just want us to experiment something here. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to ChatGPT. It's a new chat. So this is a premium one that I'm using. Okay, so text.replace, and I need my text.select. So we will also need a prompt. So I'll say, what should we say? So I'll say rewrite. So rewrite the script below. Okay, rewrite the script below and combine the codes. Okay, combine the codes. So we have both in one script. Okay, both in one script. Both in one script here. So let's try this. Let's see what we are going to have. So you can see clearly this is too long for us to use, right? But then it still makes sense though. So it declared a variable called selected username, and then text.select, and then we have the username. So it's selecting the values, and then place underscores. So it does the replacement. So the variable is modified customer name. So it takes out the underscore, replace with a zero. Sorry, with a space. Then it says the resulting variables selected username and modified customer name now hold the manipulated values. This is not effective. Okay, so what effective way? So that was a student asked me this question, so that's why I decided for us to try it and see if we'll get a good script for something like that. So it means that still we'll have to do it one by one, but then the solution I gave the student was that to do this once without having to run two codes before. How many steps did we use? We used I think two steps here. Two steps to get this. So we can use one step to get what we want by using the column from examples. So I'm going to go to select the columns I want to do the text extraction from. So username, right? Then I go to column from examples, then I go to from selection. And from selection, you can clearly see that the username box has been checked. Good. Then I'm going to give Power Query an example of the way I want my data to appear. Okay, so I'll say James Williams and hit the tab key. It wasn't able to do the prediction. You give it another example. Sometimes you just give it one example, it's able to predict. Give it another example. It's machine learning, so you have to give it some examples for it to learn from. So we have John Garcia. Hit the tab key. You can see now it has been able to extract the first and last name from the column. So it knows. So I'm scrolling down because I want to inspect my column and make sure that it did the right thing. Get that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it basically did the right thing. So we gave it two examples and it gave us what we needed. So I can change this to client name, hit enter, click OK. And now you can see just one step, we got something that we use two steps to achieve. And in data
Yeah.
analysis and any technical work, the lesser the steps, the better the performance. You get it? So
Mm-hmm.
so that is it. So that is how to, use the code way to do the extraction. You use column from selection or column from examples to do your text or data extraction as well. So
Yeah.
currently I don't need this column, so I'm going to take them out.
Okay.
Good. Now I want to extract my ages as well. So I can also use the same thing. And for the ages, you can use you can use the formula and it works perfect. Just one step. Okay, just like the column from examples. So
Okay.
I go to custom, custom column, then text, text dot select, open bracket, select my username, comma, curly bracket, then quotation mark, 0, anything from 0 to 9, any number that occurs within this range. I want you to select it for me. Okay, then we close it. Click OK. You can see we have our what? Our ages. Click on this phone number and then call this what? Age.
Okay.
You get that? Yeah, so this is how you
Yeah.
can also use the code way to extract the ages. Let's see how we can use column from selection. Go here, column from selection. This time, what did I select? I think I didn't specify, so not this one. I want the username, so I'm going to check this. Then double click here, 21, hit the tab key, and automatically it picks all the numbers. You get that? Good. Then double click here and call this ages. Okay.
Mm.
So that is one way to do with code, another way to do with no code. Okay. So that is it. So I'm going to take one out so that we leave one. Okay, good. Now the next step is to split the address column so we can have the postal code and the street name. So I select the address column, navigate to transform column, split by delimiter. The delimiter is a space, yes, because you can see the what is between the postal code and then the street name is what? The space. But there's a problem
Mm-hmm.
here. There's a problem. The problem is, if you look at this column, you can see that we have a space between the street name as well.
Mm-hmm.
You get that? We have a space between
Mm-hmm.
the street name. So it means that if we use the space to do the split, we will have three columns. You see, address 1, address 2, address 3. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
But the street has to be with the name. You get that? So that
Mm-hmm.
is how it's supposed to be. There's two ways to solve this. We can select address 2, address 3, then
Mm-hmm.
merge the columns. Specify the separator with space. Click OK. And we have it merged. Then we can change this to postal code, change this to street name. That's one way to solve it. Another way to also do this is to select the street address, right click. This will still not work. Because if I want to also, I wanted to replace the space with a delimiter like an underscore. But the street name also has a space there. Okay. So a
Mm-hmm.
better way to do this split is to do this. I'm going to right click, go to split column by delimit, sorry, select the address column, right click, split column by delimiter. Yes, it's space. But what I want you to do is, I want you to split. with leftmost delimiter, not the delimiter at the right. The delimiter at the right is a space, the delimiter at the left is also a space. You get it? So I want you to
Mhm.
do the split with the delimiter at the left, not the right. So that is why I'm going to select leftmost delimiter. Click OK, and then you can see I have my what? Street and then the name together, my postal code. Just one technique, and I get my answer. And I change this to postal code, and I postal code, and I change this to what? Street name. You get it. So now we have the
Mhm.
postal code, street name, client name, the ages. Good. So I'm going to